Hello everyone, welcome to this session, and today we are going to cover the Power Query, rock your data with Power Query, group study number 4. So with that number 4, it means we have covered few sessions before today. Yep, so now I just want to have a quick warming up to welcome all of us. Please type hi or hello in the chat. Type hi or hello in the chat. Hello to Ruwan, Ashikin, Ifa, Putri, Rachel, Ain, Azra. Okay, good. Yes, and just curious, where are you from? Which part of the world? Okay, if Melaka, okay, Selangor, Selangor here, Selangor, Melaka. Selangor and Melaka, Kajang, JV. Good. Setapak, KL. So now we are going to learn about Power Query. For those of you have not attended previous session, this session we just go deep dive on the much more interesting topic. Not easy if this is the first time. If you're unable to follow, I would like to invite you just to observe, follow whichever you could, because I will not go back to the basic. Because I need to add on more and more for those of you coming back on consistently. And by the way, Suryanti, welcome to Malaysia online. Yeah, Suryanti, I met her last week. Yes, okay, what? Yeah, okay, let's see. Let's double check again, if you have downloaded the file and you have extract the file, please type number 1. If you have not, please type number 0. I want to know how many of you have downloaded the file and extract. Okay, there's 1, haven't, okay. Okay, 2, okay. 3, okay. Let me send the file again to the chat. Let's wait for a while. Hey. Where's my file? Wait a minute, yeah. For those of you are in the group chat, please help me to forward again. And for those in the group chat, please help me to forward to the group again. Yeah, in the Zoom, I have just sent it over. If you're using the web page for the Zoom, you were not able to download the file. So you need to get it from the WhatsApp. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Raja, for sending again. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes. Okay. Yeah, just in case if you miss certain thing, the recording will be provided at the end. Okay. You're not able to use this one. Okay. Like there's one person share in the group. I need you all to extract the file, not to double click the file. Let me show you what does that mean. Over here, okay, let me open it. Over here, you could see there are files. This is a zip file. So if let's say I use a normal open, you could see it looks like a folder. It looks like a folder. If you look closely, it shows something like the compressed size. When you see something like this one, this you were not able to follow after this. You cannot. So you need to extract all. If you're using Windows, you could just go to your file here, go to your file, right click. There's an option called extract all. Go to extract all. You are using a different programs. You need to extract all. If not, you were not able to continue. Yeah, I will not able to guide you through one by one. If you need some support at the end, ask me. Okay, so now give you 10 seconds to get yourself ready. If let's say here, right click, extract all, then you ask you where is the folder you want to save it to. So you extract to a folder. So since mine already have it, so I do not need to extract again. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Okay. Welcome to this session. Yes, let me show you this one. Okay, welcome to this session. Group number 4. How many of you have attended previous session? If you do, please type how many sessions you have attended. If you do, please type how many sessions you have attended. If you have not, type number 0. A quick survey. If you have not, type 0. If you have attended, type how many sessions you have attended previously. I can see a lot of 0. There's O as well. 2. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see how can I adjust this one. Second question I want to ask is, how many of you know how to use Power Query? If you are comfortable with Power Query, please type number 1. If you totally no idea, type number 0. Or somewhere in between, type a decimal. If you're comfortable, type number 1. If you totally no idea, type number 0. Or somewhere in between if you are just in between. 0.5, 0.7, point decimal, 0. Okay, a lot of you have no idea. I will jumpstart you. And for this one, I need a certain condition. Later, I will mention the condition here. So let me introduce myself since many of you attended this one for the very first time. So let's learning agenda. We are going through the welcome and introduction just now, and then we will go through the Rock Your framework. That framework helps me to do my work a little bit easier. Then we will go through R.S.M. Why we want to learn all these things? Because of this R.S.M. And then we will apply the O in the R.O.C.K, the framework, in here. Then we will have a time for you to practice. The practice will also depending on our progress. If all of us progress faster, very good. If you need to take more time, perfectly okay. You can refer to the recording later. Then towards the end, we'll have a closing. So there's a prerequisite here, prerequisite for this session number 4. I expect you to run on 2019 and above, the Excel running on Windows. If running on Mac, on Excel, on online Excel or Google Sheet, like WPS or some other spreadsheet, you will not able to follow. Because even though you're running on 365 on Mac, how it works slightly different because where it clicks slightly different. I will not able to explain one by one. Secondly, I expect you to know how to use Power Query Editor. At least at minimum, you know how to rename, you know how to edit the step, you know how to change type. Since many of you give me a good surprise, many of you have no idea. So I will give you a jump start, a quick jump start. And very important is focus, focus, and focus. If you miss certain step, I will not able to repeat you because I need to respect those people that have focused. Okay, so if you miss certain thing, go back to the recording. So these are the 3 prerequisites. For the number 2, I will give a quick jump start for those of you are new. For those of you, okay, if you are okay with these 3 prerequisites, please type number 3 in the chat. If you're okay with this, please type number 3. If you're not okay, please make your move. This will not suitable for you. Yeah. Some people say, I'm very ganas. I'm very fearful. Yes, I want to make sure you learn something. Yes, the recording, the previous recording, I will send it again in the group again. Good. So now, let me have a quick intro about me. My name is Tai. The full name is Tai Chutak. And last time there was a music composer. He said my name is so boring. And he said it's not memorable as well. He suggested me to use Excel Sifu because of 3 reasons. First, my hair is very short. Second, I'm very skinny. Third, I'm vegetarian, like a monk. So if you go online search for Excel Sifu, you're able to find me in YouTube and also in LinkedIn. And in my very first career, I was programmer. So that means I'm quite comfortable talking to computer and using keyboard. So that means I'm able to help you to see some benefits of automation. With the AI, you could use the automation much more easier. Then I move on to SAP ERP as a techno-functional. That's the time I realized there are reportings people regularly redo again and again. just because the changes of the data they have downloaded. There are ways to make it easier. One of the ways is we're going to learn later is using Power Query. Then I move on to project management. That's the time I realized the importance of reporting. So there are ways to make the reporting easier for you to prepare and also easier for your management or leadership team for them to read. On one fine day in year 2013, my boss came to me and said, "Hi, thank you very much for your contribution." And the door is over there. That's the time I got retrenched. And that's the time I realized I find much more joy when I'm able to help people to see things differently. So therefore, I became a trainer until today. After that, I always wanted to have my own book that after working for so many years, I managed to publish my first book called R.O.C.K Your Data. Then I continue next year, Excel for HR. Continue again, data-driven sales leadership. And this year, it's still work in progress, find your insights. So you can see the overall theme is about data to make the thing easy, relevant, practical, not the data science level. It's just something useful, just enough. So these are the things. So that's a quick intro about me. And now go back to you. Are you ready to start? If you do, please type ready in the chat. If you are ready, please type ready in the chat. Yes. Ready, 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 ready. Very good. So now we are going to learn what is R.O.C frameworks. Some of you have learned it before. It's a quick refresher. Some of you have not. It's a good learning today. Guess what is this? Guess means you have no idea what is this. You just pretend you know and just answer. Type your answer in the chat. What is this? It's powder. Okay, what else? No right, no wrong. Black cloud, a rock, a slug. Some early morning, they are still hungry. They could see different imagination. Some they see food. Okay, this one, it doesn't have much details. Until we want to see more, we want to turn on the light so that we can see the surface. This is a rock retrieved during Apollo 15 mission from the moon. Yep. It has big, small holes on the surface and the color, okay, not so colorful. So this one we can see on the surface. When I want to know more about this particular object, I will need to take a sample and place it under microscope to take this colorful photo. Yeah, from that rock. Its silica is under high pressure, high temperature, it becomes melted and becomes this one. So that means same object, we could have three different levels of observation. We could observe it at the silhouette level, at the surface level, and also on the microscopic level. So same thing with our data we're going to use later on. There are also three levels of observation. That brings us to the framework of R.O.C. R stands for rectangle. Something we want to check quickly on the silhouette level. There are three things we want to check. We want to make sure our data has no blank rows, no blank columns, and it grows vertically and it has no merging. O is something we can check on the surface of our data. So we want to make sure it is only one. One cell, one data, one record, one row, and also one header. C is something we want to inspect on the microscopic level because we want to be careful. Our data has track-like extra spaces, decimal, and date without the time. Lastly, to make sure we are able to reuse the data again and again. So that means we want to keep raw data raw. There are three things we do not want to do it on our raw data. We do not want to change it directly. We do not want to add new column in between our data, and we do not want to use any color coding. So there are many things here. Today focus is on only one. So let's dive in a little bit on only one. Sometimes the data you receive, they are combined together using comma, like this one. In certain situations, people enter the data for the range data, they use dash or dot, dot, dot to indicate range. So this kind of things is not easy to analyze. For example, my boss asked me, hey, Tai, what is the total number? It's not easy for me to use a formula to calculate the number here. Not easy. And when boss asked me, how many days are there? It's not easy for me to calculate. Most likely, I will calculate one by one manually. So how to work around? We want to make sure everything is only one. Something like this one on the right side. Alpha, one cell, one data. Same goes with the number and the date. The same thing applies to Bravo, the number and the date. On the left side, it has multiple data combined together in a single row because they are combined using comma. On the right side, one line only has one record. And on the top, the header, we want to have only one header. Whenever it's more than one header, most likely Excel will confuse. So this is what we want to have. So that's called only one. Let's recap, yeah? So have rectangle, only one, careful, keep raw data raw. For those of you, you have attended previous session, I presume you remember this one. For those of you, you have not, I presume you're aware of rectangle. Later on, with our scenario, we will go through certain things like this one, merging. So we are putting some emphasis on only one. Now, it's the time for introducing my book. Yes, R.O.C.K Your Data. So this book, it shows the root causes of many struggles people may encounter whenever they're using Excel. And it uses generalized principles. It doesn't show us how to achieve the result. It just shows us what is the expected outcome, the end result. So that the knowledge you have gained from the book, or you can use the book as a reference for the next 100 years. Because in Excel, there are many ways to achieve the same result. For example, you could use formula, macro, or VBA. You could use Power Query, Python, and some other methods. There's one specialized course called R.O.C.K Your Data with Power Query. What we are going to learn is one of the segments, the actual learning from this 2 days course. And this book is available in MPH, Popular, and Kinokuniya. Yep, so this is about the R.O.C.K. The next thing is this one, R.S.M. Why we want to learn all these things? Why we want to learn this framework and we want to learn all these things? Because of R.S.M. Later, I will emphasize again what does that mean. R means reusability. Whenever we are doing the report once, we want to reuse it again in the future. At the same time, the report file we have created, we want to make sure it is scalability. For example, now I have one file. In the future, I have two files. The method I use, it will be able to accommodate two files. Maybe now I have 5 columns. In the future, I have 20 columns. It should be able to accommodate the additional columns, additional files, additional rows. So that's called scalability. And at the same time, it's very important. It is unavoidable. We need to do some changes on our report file. Last one is maintainability. We want to make sure the method we use is easy to adjust in the future. Later, I will show you what does it mean by reusability, scalability, and also maintainability. So now, that is the whole concept we have aware. The next one, we are going to apply the only one from the R.O.C framework in our learning. Prior to that, I want to let you aware how the data looks like. Let me show you the data file first, and then I will explain the logic behind. Yeah? In the file, there's a version 1, 2, and 3. Please tell me what's not so right about this data. Please tell me what's not so right about this data. Please type in the chat. Is this data easy to analyze? Yeah, not right. rectangular, very good. And it has blank, okay, has blank spaces, blank spaces, blank spaces on the top, bottom. Okay, it should be on the top, blank spaces. Yeah, multiple headers, very good, multiple headers. Yeah, yes, merging, yes, this is the merging. Okay, duplicate headers, yes, this is number, is duplicate. And the line is more than one. So that's very important here. Usually one record is one line. Here, yes, two lines, like 1 and 2. Furthermore, this is merge. Whenever it's merged, it will only show the number 1 on the top and the one at the bottom is blank. So later on, we're going to learn how to handle this one. And yes, blank, as blank. If I were to scroll down, yes, some blanks at the bottom as well. So these are the things I need to remove on the top and on the bottom. This is not easy. Yeah. Not ideal to be called as panda. Yes, if you use the Python, if you load this to panda, not easy to analyze. It might give you some weird result. So these are the things we have. Yeah, how to handle. Just before continuing, how many of you have seen something like this before? Just curious. How many of you have seen something like this before? Like this one? Yes, 2 lines or multiple lines represent single record. How many of you seen this before? Type me, M-E, if you have seen this before. Just curious. Because it depends on the system you're using. Not really. Okay, me. This kind of data is not easy to analyze. If I want to filter, not easy as well. Then how? How people handle? They manually adjust it. They move it one by one, like this one, and remove the blank in between them, and also move the header. It will take a while. Some, they may be using macro or VBA to handle such work. Yeah, not easy. So let me close it. Let me show the thinking process behind, and then we will go through the work together. Today is a bit trickier compared to previous sessions. Yeah, here. Just now what you have seen, the data has blanks in between. This one, I just ignore the blank. Yeah. I have 2 rows represent single record. So here we have 2 headers and the records is represented by 2 rows. Same with the subsequent ones. Not easy to handle. So how? We are going to do some logic behind this one, because I want to know the sequential number. In Power Query, there's something called index column. When we add the index column, we know the sequential number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it will just go all the way down. This index column allows us to know which row are they in. Subsequently, from the number, we are able to know whether it's odd or even. And you can see, because of these 2, we can know the odd is the first line, the even is the second line. Same thing for here. Odd is the first line, even is the second line. So that's the purpose of using the number and come out the odd or even. After that, we want to, whenever it's odd, we want to move the data to another column. Only the odd. The even will not have anything. And you will see there's a odd row and there's blank. Odd row and there's blank. And because there's a blank, I want to make sure everything is on the same row for the even. So I will need to add something called fill down. Fill down means based on the result on the top and copy downwards automatically. Let me show you. There's blank. Copy the result from above. That's called fill down. After fill down, there are certain things we don't need. And before that, just double check. All the even rows, they have complete record on the same line. all the even rows. So this is what we want to have, the end result. Almost there, almost there. Because we can see the common things they have is called even. Therefore, I can filter only keeping the even. The odd, we don't need. After filter, yeah, so almost there. And there are certain columns we don't need, like the index column and also the even. So these two columns, we can remove it. After we remove, the sequence is not in the right order. ID and name, it will be better to put it on the left side of the table. So I will need to move it to the left side. Yeah, reorder it. So that is the whole process. Let's see the before and after. Before, it has two rows represent one record. And we are going to bring it to the other side to make it everything single line. On the left side, not easy to analyze. On the right side, this is what Excel could recognize best. So we're going to go through this process slowly, one by one. Okay, so if you are able to follow up to this one, please type number 1. If you're able to follow up to this one, please type number 1. Very good. Very good. Now, go to your learning file. Go to your learning file. In your learning file, it has 3. You do not need to open, only I open. Okay, if you do open, remember to close it. Let me explain the logic behind why we have version 1, version 2, and version 3. Let me open version 1. In the version 1, I have the number up to number 5. Similar in our work, sometimes when we download the newer data, it will inherit the previous data and additional data at the bottom. So this is number 5. Let me close it. I open version 2. Version 2 is up to number 10. So it has more. Later on, you want to observe whether the method we have used, is it able to scale to accommodate more data and up to number 10. So that's version 2. Now we go to version number 3. Version number 3. If I scroll down, it's up to number 20. So that means it has more data. So what we are going to do is we are going to work on version 1. Once it's done, we change to version 2, minimum adjustment. Everything should work. Then when we change to version 3, everything is effortlessly done. Okay, so let me close the file. So if you do open the file, remember to close everything, yeah? Okay. Now, open a brand new Excel file. Open a brand new Excel file. If you have opened a brand new Excel file, please type number 2. Type number 2 if you have opened brand new Excel file. Okay, good. Open a new Excel file. If you are unable to follow, if this is too advanced for you, watch the recording later. Okay. New Excel file, nothing. New file. Okay. Yeah, for some of you, if let's say you are able to assist to address some of the simple questions, I would really appreciate that. Okay, now we go back here. Go back here, it has version 1 and 2 and 3. We do not need to open the file. Just go to the top, the address bar. Go to the top address bar. Right-click on the address bar and choose copy address. Copy address. Yeah, right-click on the top and choose copy address. If you have copied the address, please type number 3. Type number 3 after you have copied the address. Okay. Very good. Very good. We are going back to Excel. We go to data. Go to data. My Excel version is on the left side. I can see the get and transform. Also, depending on your Excel version, sometimes you will see the position of the button is in the middle. So there is something called get and transform from file from Excel workbook. Get and transform from file from Excel workbook. Click and it will ask you to browse where the file. Over here, we don't need to browse the file manually. We just paste whatever we have copied. Just paste. After paste, click open. After paste, click open. If you click open, it has error. If you encounter error here at this point, so that means your file has not been extracted. Go back and extract your file. Okay. Okay, now click open. Here, I'm able to see there's a data list version 1, version 2, and version 3. Double click on data list version 1. Double click on data list version 1. And it will show you the tab. Currently, I only have something called data. Click data and it will show how the data looks like. If I'm able to follow up to this one, please type number 4. Okay, very good. Number 4. On the lower right corner, it has 3 buttons: load, transform, and cancel. Click the button in the middle. The wording might be different. You might be seeing your version showing edit data, transform. Meanwhile, mine is called transform data. It doesn't matter about the wording. It does matter the button in the middle between load and cancel. Click on that transform data. Mine is called transform data. Yours could be some other things. When you click transform data, it brings you to a place called Power Query Editor. If you see this one, please type number 5. Yes, here. Yes, it's here. Quick start. Later on, when we are going to bring the data back, inside the home, there's something called close and load. This later. This to bring the data back. Okay. There are certain things I want to bring you to attention is another one is called view. Go to view. For those of you you are using Power Query for the very first time, do this together. If you use this one for the very first time, go to view. On the leftmost, you might be seeing a button, query settings. Sometimes you might see a checkbox. Whichever, it doesn't matter. Click the button or the checkbox repeatedly. Click it repeatedly, and you will see some things on your screen. It appears and disappears. Click repeatedly. Let me demonstrate here. Yeah? If I click repeatedly, there's something on the right side of the screen. It appears and disappears. Yeah. Just in case, if you close the query setting, if you close it, to bring it back is go to query setting inside view. Okay. Another 2 more things is here. We could adjust the width, or you could hide it or expand it. Same goes with the other side. So this is how you can adjust it. And one more thing, working in Power Query is very different than Excel, especially when we make mistakes. In Excel, when we make mistakes, we have a chance to say undo. Here, there's no undo. When you make mistakes, all the changes will be here on the apply step. and you need to mark X, remove from there. So let's make some mistakes together, yeah. We go to column number 2. Column number 2. Now I want to remove the column. Right click, column number 2, remove. Yeah, click on remove. When you click on remove, the column number 2 disappears. And there is additional step appears on the right side. So that means whatever thing you are doing inside Power Query, it will be remembered and it will be recorded inside apply step. If there's a mistakes here, you just need to remove the step. That's all. This is how we can undo. In Power Query, there's no way for us to redo in a shortcut way like Excel. If let's say I accidentally remove a step that I want to keep, either I can close this whole thing without saving and redo again, or literally redo the whole step. Okay, so this is how we undo and redo. If I'm able to get this one, please type number 6, especially for those using Power Query for the very first time. Type number 6 if I'm able to get it. This is for us to undo. Did it? Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. And remove the last step just now. Remove the last step. Okay. So we are going to work on this one. I'm going to explain the step by step. We follow along. I will explain as if you have attended previous session. Okay. Over here, it has something called, that's a first line. This is called header. This is called header. Now answer me. Do we need to keep the header? Look at this one, data list. Do we need to keep that one? Yes or no? Is it part of the data? Yes or no? Yeah, participate. It's okay to make mistakes if you're not quite sure. Not quite sure, just answer, participate. Okay. No, yes, no, yes, yes, keep. Okay. Go back to our data just now. This is the report header. It has nothing to do. It's not the actual data header. The actual data header is over here. You can see there's a number, ID. The one on the top is not really the things we want to keep. Yeah, not necessary. So we want to remove this. But somehow this one already goes up to the header. That's because by default, Power Query will automatically promote header to most of the data. So here, there's something called promote headers and the change type together. So these two steps are not necessary here. So let's remove the last two steps. I'll remove from the bottom to go up here. Remove the last two steps here. Just use a mouse to click on the change type and remove the promoted header. If you're able to get this one, please type number 7. And just double check. Inside apply step, you're only seeing 2 steps. The rest, they are not here. Very good. Okay. The next thing we are going to do is to remove certain rows that we don't need. Whenever we want to remove certain rows, there are a few ways. So we experiment all the methods. Later on, I will just go through a little bit faster. On the top here, how many rows on the top we don't need? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Yeah, please tell me. How many rows I don't need? 1, 2, 3, or 4? I just count. Not a trick question. Not a trick question. Yeah, there are 3 rows. And these 3 rows are on the top. So there's a top 3 rows. Since I do not need them, so I could just remove top 3 rows. We do this together. Go to home. Go to home. There is something called remove rows. Remove rows. there is something called remove top rows. Remove top rows. Click on that, remove top rows. It will ask us how many rows we want to remove. Just say 3. Just type number 3. After that, press enter. So the 3 rows disappears. Yeah. And on the right side, you will notice there's a new step added because of our action. If I'm able to get this one, please type number 8. Very good. Now scroll down a little bit, There are bottom rows that we don't need. So these are the bottom 3 rows. At the same time, there are blanks in between that we don't need as well. There are blanks we don't need. Do you see the similarity between them? What is the similarity between them? In terms of the column, the data in that column. See how I want to see how many of you managed to get it. Yes, the now. Column number 2 or column number 3, they are now. See, they are now. So that means I could remove by filtering the column. Just now is using remove top row. The next one we can filter based on the now. Go to the column number 2 or number 3. They are the same. Just like how we normally filter in Excel. Filter. Filter and take out the now. Yeah, just take out the now. Like over here. You have to take out the now. After that, click OK. Yep, if you're able to get this one, please type number 9. Very good, very good. Almost there, almost there. And what is the next step I need to do? I want to see how many of you still remember. After I remove the blanks, what's the next thing I need to do? Can remember? Let me show you the slide again, yeah? We have removed the rows. Yes, index column. After index column, based on the index column number, we find whether it's odd or even. And we only based on those are odd, we get the value somewhere else. So these are the 3 things we are going to do it together. Very good, very good. Okay. To add a column called index, we go to add column. Yes, add column. Add column, there's a small triangle next to index column, the small triangle. You want to choose from 1. From 1. Yeah. If you're able to add the index column like this, you start from number 1. Please type number 2 in the chat. Yeah, okay. So now we have this. The next thing is we are going to find out whether it's odd or even. On your screen, inside add column, do you see there's something called information? Just curious. If you see this one, please type number 1. If you do not see this one, type number 0. If you see this one, type number 1. If you do not, type number 0. The reason I'm asking this one is some Excel version don't have this button. Okay, all of us have it. Very good. While the index column is selected, this is selected, yeah, go to information. Go to information. There's something called is odd, is even. We choose is odd. We choose is odd. And there's a column appears with the true, false, true, false, true, false. It's just equivalent whether it's odd or even. It's odd. If you see something like this one, please type number 3. Type number 3 when you see this column appears. Very good. Very good. The next thing is we are going to create a formula where is odd is equal to true. We are going to get the value from column number 2. Okay. So now we go to add column, conditional column. Inside conditional column, it will ask us for the name. Ask us for the name. The name is, okay, we type the name called, okay, let's see, should I change the name now? If I change the name now later, okay, just say, should I put, okay, ID data, just put ID data. You can have space in between them. Uppercase, lowercase is perfectly okay. ID data. It's just corresponding to this ID. The column name is the formula we are going to check is from is odd. We choose is odd. Whereas equals to true. Equals to true. Uppercase, lowercase doesn't matter because later on you will change it to uppercase. For the output, there is a button like this one, ABC 1, 2, 3. Click on this button ABC 1, 2, 3 and change it to select column. Change it to select a column. Yep, change to select a column. After select a column, choose column number 2. Select column and choose column number 2 because this is the column we want to get the data from. Else, just leave it blank. Just leave it blank. Let's recap the setting here. New column. Name is ID data. The column we are going to inspect is the is odd, where is equals to true, where I'm going to choose a column and it's based on column number 2. Get the data from column number 2. Once you're done, click OK. You will see the data like this appears as an ID now, the ID now, ID now, ID now. If you get this one, please type number 4. Very good, very good. When to do one more is for the name. Name is at the column number 3, where is odd is equal to true. Similar condition like just now. We go to add column, conditional column. Inside conditional column, it asks for the column name. I call this as name data. Yep, name data. The column name is odd, where is equals to true. True, it could be type uppercase, lowercase. In the drop down inside the output, choose select a column. Inside select a column, I choose column number 3 because that is the column for the name. Leave it blank for the else. And click OK. You're able to see the name like this. One with the name, one now, name, now, name, now. If I'm able to get this result, please type number 5. Very good. Very good. We are almost there. Since we are working with this power query, I want to introduce a small habit. This kind of small habit will help you to reduce some struggle in the future. Over here, the name is added automatically based on the action. Sometimes we could perform similar action and the name will be generic like this one. Add conditional column, add conditional column 1. If I add more, it will be add conditional column 3, column. It will not easy for us to find out what does that mean. To help us a little bit easier, so there are 2 things we could do it here. So let's do the first one together. We go to add conditional column, right click, choose rename. Rename allows you to give a name. Maybe I want to say added rather than say conditional column. Added ID data. Enter. It's just something like this one. Added ID data. So at least next time when I see something like this, I know this is about adding a new column called ID data. If I'm able to get this one, okay, just right click and rename, rename and type it. If you're able to get this one, please type number 6. Very good. The next, another method we could do is we go to the last step. This is a second method. Right click on the step and choose properties. Choose properties. Instead of using rename, we choose properties. Right click properties. Inside properties, there are 2 things here. One is called the name. Another one is called description. Name is what is going to show on the apply steps. Description, it will show when we use our mouse to point on the step. So let's adjust this one. So for the name, I want to say added name. Added name data. And this is to bring column 3 to another column. You could use another description. Now I'm just, because it's column 3 to another column. So once you have done, click OK. On the apply step, you see the name change, and there is an I symbol. That is the description. When you use your mouse to point on the description, whatever thing you have typed inside the properties just now, it will be shown on your mouse. If I'm able to get this one, please type number 7. So in summary, so there are 2 things we could adjust. Once we can just adjust the name. Secondly, we could just adjust the name plus the description. So see which one works for you. As we are getting more and more complex step in the Power Query, that will be good. You do this one while your memory is still fresh. If you want to do it afterward, not easy to remember everything. Not easy. Okay, good. So we have done this part. There are certain things I have not done. Okay, what else I need to do it here? How to filter row is just like how you filter. Yeah, filter. How you filter the row in Excel. Okay, what else I need to do it on these 2 columns? Yeah, please type in the chat what else I need to do. Remove now. Okay, let's check the data. Yeah, let's check the data. I have ID and name. Here is ID and name. On the other side, I have amount and date, but this one is blank. If I remove the one in the blue box, what will happen to the data? The data is not complete. Now it's just moving the blue box here is only moving to the side. They have not copied downwards yet. That's called fill down. I have not filled down yet. When I fill down, all the even row will have complete record. So I need to fill down. A lot of things we could do inside Power Query is just by right-click on the header. Right-click on the header. Now go to the top, right-click on the header. You will see there's an option called Fill. Fill down. Yeah, fill down. Do the same thing for the name data. And also doing the same thing for the column 1. So there are 3 things you want to fill down, yeah? Okay, let me adjust this one. You want to fill down based on the column 1, fill down on the ID data and name data. So these are the 3 things. If I'm able to get this thing done, please type number 2. Yeah, very good. So now, almost done. Okay, let's go back to the step just now, just to double check where we are. We have every alternate row, we have every 2 rows is represent 1 record. So we have added a column index number. We check whether it's odd or even. Based on the odd number, we bring the data to the other side. Then, just now what we have done is fill down. After fill down, observe again. Is the odd row has the complete data on the same row, or the even row has the complete record? Which one? Odd or even? Which one has the complete record? I type in the chat. Is it this? Or the next one? Which one has the complete record? Odd or even? Yeah, please type in the chat. Yeah, it's even. Thank you. Thank you for participation. So therefore, I need to filter the data where the odd even is equals to even. In our scenario, that means we want to filter is odd equal to false. So now we go back to our file. Go back to our Power Query. Yeah, go back to our Power Query. Inside is odd. Filter and take out the true. Take out the true. Don't need the true. Click OK. If you're able to get this result, please type number 3. You can see it's odd, everything is false. Good. After this, what's next? After this is, there are 2 columns we don't need. Which 2 columns we don't need? Yeah, please type in the chat, which 2 columns we don't need? Which column, yeah? Column number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. Okay, I type it on the screen, so it's easier. Yeah, index column and also the is odd or is even. These 2 we don't need. The rest, the other data we need. Yep, remove column number 3 and number 4. So we are going to remove these 2 columns. Go back to our Power Query. right click on the top for the index or is odd, right click and choose remove column. Do the same thing for the other column. Just remove it. If you have removed the column, please type number 4. Okay, very good. Yeah, just right click on the header. Right click on the header. Almost done, almost done. The final 2 things we are going to do is over here. I want to move these 2, go to the front here after the number. How to move? Just go to the header, drag it to the front. Just drag it to the front. Okay, drag to the front. Same goes with the name. Yeah, these 2. If you are able to move the columns to the front, please type number 5. Final step. This one, the question a bit tricky. For those of you have attended previous session, now, what is the final thing I need to do? There are 2 final things here. What are the 2 final things I need to do? Because some of you attended previous session. Yeah. The name and data type, very good. Promote header. You could see the header, they are not meaningful. Just happen on the very first row are the expected header name. So we want to use the very first row to change all the header name. So that is called promote header. Inside Power Query, it has a command called use first row as headers. Usually, when this thing is done, by default, it will automatically change type by default. Let's see how it goes here. It has a small button here. I call this as mini transform button. Click on this mini transform button. Use first row as headers. Let me show you again. Yeah. Here. Click on this small button. Then choose the second option. Use first row as headers. After you have done, and you notice the header data changes, this becomes calendar, decimal, text, ID, it becomes number, and number is number. Okay, by the way, if you are able to promote the header, please type number 5. Number 5 again. Yeah, type number 5. Promote header. One final step is the change data type. This one, the ID, it looks okay. It looks okay. To be precise, I just bring you to a next level. To be precise, the ID usually is text. Usually is text, even though it looks like number. Okay, usually is text. So to be precise, we change the ID data type to text. To change it is we go to beside of ID. There's a 1, 2, 3. Click on the 1, 2, 3 and change it to text. Here, click on the 1, 2, 3 and change it to text. This is how we change data type. How we change data type. Once you change this one to text, please type number 6. And you show something like this one, you just say replace current. Replace current, yeah? Yeah, replace current and it becomes text, it becomes ABC. Very good. So we are done with all this. And to bring the data back, we go to home. We go to home, close and load. Close and load. Click on the upper half, close and load. Wait for a while for it to load inside Excel. What we need to change the data type to text. ID usually is text. Okay, it's a good question, yeah? Okay. Usually ID is text. For example, employee ID, staff ID, document ID. Those are sequential number, and it is not meaningful to calculate them. Example, sum. When we make it as text, it will prevent us or prevent someone else accidentally use ID to calculate. Yeah, so that's a reason. I hope that explained. Okay, go back to the data. If you're able to see these 5 records shows on your Excel, please type yay in the chat. Very good. So what we have done up to this one is only one part saja. We are going to change the data from version 1 to version 2. Version 1. For those of you have not used Power Query before, I want to invite you to make a wild guess. How much work or how long do we need to change from version 1 data, like just now, version 1 data. Just how we use version 1 data. How long do we need to change from version 1 to version 2? How long? Type in the chat in terms of how many seconds. How many seconds do we need? $15 seconds. Just make a guess. Make a guess. How long do you need? Maybe 150 seconds. 5 to 10 depends on how fast I drag and drop the file. Seconds, 10 seconds. Okay. So we're going to change the whole thing together. Yeah. We're going to change. If I do it manually, I will need to redo again. Using Power Query, it helps us to handle a lot of things easier. And remember, this is R.S.M. Reusability, scalability, and maintainability. So for us to go back to Power Query, on your right side, do you see something called queries and connection? Yeah. For those of you are using for the very first time, close it. For those of you, close it. Yeah. Okay. Now you don't see anything. For you to go back to Power Query slightly faster or a slightly easier way is go to data. In the data, there's something called queries and connections. Click on that one, queries and connection. Yeah. Once you have the queries and connection appears, there is a one called data appears on the right side. Use your mouse to double click on that query, double click, and it brings you to Power Query Editor. If you're back to Power Query Editor, please type number 2. Type number 2 once you're back to Power Query Editor. Very good, very good. To change the source, go to the apply steps, scroll up until you see the source. Double click on the name source. Or you can click on the setting, the gear icon on the right side. Whichever way it works for you, you can double click or click on the setting. And there's a time it asks you to browse to a different file. Click browse and we choose version 2. After choosing version 2, click import. Finally, click OK. You will see no changes on the screen. No changes. Back to the apply step. Scroll until the last step and click, and you will see it has additional records appears. Tap number 3 if you're able to see this. Nice, nice. Let me explain what has happened just now. We are able to reuse all the steps here. Don't need to redo. That is mean for reusability. And the data got expanded downwards with additional records. That is called scalability. And for the changes of the data, it's just changing the source. That is called maintainability. So by knowing the concept, and now you can witness the whole thing applies on your work. So reusability for all the steps. Scalability, how we handle the step, is able to accommodate more data. Maintainability is just change the source and the whole thing works again. To bring the data back, we go to home, close and load, and wait for a while for it to refresh. And if you see there are additional records up to number 10, please type, yay, celebrate. Very good, very good. So now, how long do you need to change from version 2 to version 3? Make a guess and then you do it on your own. How many seconds do you need changing from version 2 to version 3? Make a guess first. 10 seconds. 6 seconds, 30 seconds, 5 seconds. Very nice. Now you can see you have much more confidence. On your own, go to the source and change to version 3. Once you have done the whole process, the changing your source, just type done in the chat. Once you have done, type done. Okay. Now, do it on your own. Change the source now. I also change. Very good. It's additional records. Yep. Done, 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 done. Okay. Well done, well done. Well done. Let's pause here for a while. Up to just now, any questions? Up to just now, any questions? Yes or no, please type in the chat. Any questions? No, thank you, IB. Nope. Impressed. Yes, you impressed with yourself. I made it. I made it. So with this, all the steps just now, I want to invite you to do it on your own now on the next one. I just want to say the way you explain step by step. Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, now we go back to the file. Ting, ting, ting. Okay, before that, just want to know, which department are you from? Yeah, type in the chat. Which department are you from? I mean, in your work, in your work. QA, quality, finance, CX. Finance, this method will help you to make your work very easy. Procurement, analyst, QA, bachelor in psychology. Psychology with data. That's interesting. Production planning. finance. Okay, okay. Good. The finance experiment later on is very tricky. If you miss the previous step, most likely you will not able to do it. Most likely, yeah. Okay, now let's go back. We go to the file slightly easier. Within the same folder, there are finance, HR, operation, and sales. There are so many things here. Finance is a bit tricky. Perhaps we could do this one next week because next week we have a similar session. This technique requires us to practice. It's also good for you to practice. So next week we can come back. I'm not sure whether are you okay with this similar scenario. Are you okay with this? Yes or no? Let me know. Because I will not able to cover the whole thing today. Finance is very tricky. Yeah, yes, okay. Thank you, thank you. Next week, we will continue with the similar thing and you will have more chance to practice. Now, for the practice on your own, we go to the sales. Sales is a little bit easier. Go to the sales, it has customer list. Let me open, you do not open. If you open, remember to close. Okay, let me open now, you see on the screen. Let me open. Look at the data here. What's not so right about this data? Type in the chat on your observation. What not so right about this data? Remember R.O.C.K. What's not so right about this data? Duplicate header. Yes, yes, two line for the headers. Okay, what else? Double header, blank space. Yes, it's blank, 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 blank. Okay, what else? Everything looks okay. Okay, let me do this. Let me demonstrate how to use this framework, R.O.C.K. R means rectangle. Does it have any blanks, blank row, blank columns? Yes, yes, blank rows, blank column. And yes, merging. Merging this is not part of the data. We don't want this one as well. And the data grow vertically. Okay, that's O. That was R. O means only one. It has two lines for the headers. It has two header rows. With the one, at the same time, it has double record. Two rows per record. Okay. And here, this is not part of the data we need, so we need to remove the C and K in the future session. Yeah, very good, very good. So we are going to clean up. So the expected outcome or the step will be something like this. On the top, we don't need. At the bottom, we don't need. These two, we don't need. Subsequently, you add the index. Based on the index, you find out whether it's odd or even. From the odd or even, you use conditional column. Whether if odd, then do something. If not, the next one is go to fill down. After fill down, you need to filter either it's odd or even. That's all. Perhaps finally, you may want to remove unwanted columns and perhaps change the header, change headers or the types. So these are the general steps you're going to do it. To complete this on your own, how many minutes do you need? Please type in the chat. Just do a guess. How many minutes do you need? Yeah, type in the chat. How many minutes do you need? Make a guess, make a guess, make a guess. And once the time's up, if you have not completed, you may have some question. You could ask the question, then I give you some answer, then you could continue for the second round. Okay, 5 to 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So you may have multiple rounds, yeah, multiple rounds. So for this first round, attempt to do it on your own. How many minutes do you need? Please type in the chat. At least 10 minutes, okay. How about the rest? 7 to 8 minutes, 7 minutes. I see the lowest your estimator is 5, the highest your estimator is 10. So why not we go for 10 minutes? I will put the timer on the screen. On the screen, if you have any question, any of the time, you could type in the chat, yeah? Once the time's up, I will explain the whole thing or I will reply via the chat. So you all have 10 minutes to complete this on your own. And the 10 minutes starts from, by the way, you need to close this file. Do not work on that file. Import this address, or copy this address, and import to Power Query like just now. Okay, so you have 10 minutes to work on the sales data. And the 10 minutes starts from now. 2 more minutes. One more minute. $30. 20 seconds. Final 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Yes. Okay. Just one of you done, Ashikin done very good. And for the rest, perhaps you could type a number, a percentage, how many percent you are at this moment. Just type in the chat. The lowest is 0%, the highest is 99.99%. If you hit 100%, that means done. Yeah, type in the chat. I just want to know where you are at this moment. 10% start at conditional column. Okay, good. Same, 100%, done, 85%. Okay. It's quite a very... Okay, can. Let me demonstrate how to do this one. Yeah, I will go a little bit slower so that for those of you you want to follow along, please do so, yeah? I'm going to go slow and steady. Ching, ching, ching. I'm going to import the data to the file here. So I'm going to reuse the same file. The very first thing is I go to the folder, right click on the address bar, copy address, go back to Excel, data, get data from file, from Excel workbook, and paste the location you have copied, enter. It brings you to the sales folder where you are able to see V1, V2, and V3. Double click on V1, version 1. Click on the customer and choose transform on the lower right corner. Then it brings me to Power Query Editor. As the first step here on the top, this is not the header I want. Therefore, I need to remove the promote headers as well as the change type. Remove the last two steps. Yep, on the top here, instead of using remove top row, I could just observe for the column number 2, whenever it's now, those are the data we don't need. So I could filter based on column number 2, take out those are nows. filter, column number 2, take out the null, then click OK. The next thing is to add the index column. Go to add column, add index column. If I just click on the add index column, you notice it starts from number 0, not from number 1. If this thing happens, instead of going to remove the step and add it again, you could just double click on add index. Starting index is number 1. Just change it from number 0 to number 1. Okay, then it changes. While the index column is selected, I go to add column, information, is odd or is even. So since just now I'm using is odd as the indicator, so I use is odd. So I have a true, false, true, false, true, false. After that, conditional column, where I'm going to use the column number 1, that is customer ID data. The custom column is the checking. Checking is based on is odd. Is odd equals to true. After that, choose a column. Select a column. That will be column number 1. Column number 1. This is the one. And I'm going to check for the is odd. That's on the other side. The else part, let it blank. Click OK. So first part done. I need to repeat this 2 more for the name prefix and also first name. Conditional column. So this, the column name is name prefix data. The column name is what is the condition I'm checking. It's based on is odd, whereas equals to true. I type it myself, true, and select a column. That's column number 2. Column number 2, because that is the name prefix. After that, click OK. Finally, is for the first name. Conditional column. First name data. Column name is odd equals to true. And the output is select a column. There will be column number 3. Okay. I just ignore changing the name here. I just want to make it faster. Actually, I need to change the name to make it easier to manage. When I'm here, there are nouns underneath. I need to bring the data from above to go down. So that's called fill down. Instead of fill down one by one, I could click the column header, hold down Shift key and go towards the end of the columns, then click. So that allows me to continuously select those columns in between them. Right click on one of the headers and choose fill down. Ta-da! Okay, almost there. One more is for the odd. I only want to keep those are false. Index and is odd is not required. Remove them. The very first row is the header. I could use first row as headers. Double check the data type. And customer ID, that'll be good to keep it as text. Replace current value. Okay. Now it's the time for me to do some adjustment on the column. So I need to do something like this. Yeah, I could just drag the header. That makes the thing much more easier to read. Customer ID, the name prefix, first name, last name, date of birth, and email. Once everything is done, go to home, close and load. So wait for a while for it to load. So this is the version 1 data. As up to now, any question for my demonstration? Yay. Okay, thank you for responding. Yeah, thank you for celebrating. Finally got it. Very good. So this is how we learn from mistakes. Yeah. When we make the mistakes and we make the correction, we remember better. So this is version 1 data. So do a guess. If I change it from version 1 to version 2, will I see more data? Yes or no? Make your guess. Yeah, say yes, 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 yes. Okay, let me do a testing. Customer, go to the source, double click, change it from version 1 to version 2. Then click OK. Hey, nothing changed here. Why? I change the source, nothing changed here. Why? Am I choose the correct one? It's a bit tricky question because the step I chose here is only show how the things looks like. If I want to see how the things looks like on the screen, I need to click on the respective steps. If you are confident with your Power Query, you don't need to click the last step. Don't need to click the last step. The last step clicking is only for your checking. Now, presume all of you are very confident with your Power Query. After changing the source, you could straight away click close and load. Wait for a while, and ta-da, job done. Yay. Yep. So this is how we can change it. So that was a sales folder. Yeah, looks like we don't have enough time for the remaining operation, HR, and finance. Let's see. Is how many columns here? Yes, 1, 2, 3. 3 columns. Hey. Not enough time. Not enough time. Staff list. Staff list too similar like the sales. Similar. Okay, how about now? How about now? I want to challenge you all to finish HR folder, the staff list. Based on your awareness up to just now, what is the fastest time you could you could aim to complete this whole thing? What's the shortest time you could aim to complete this whole thing? Type in the chat. How many minutes? Now I want to push your limit a little bit. Fastest lah. Just now is that means shorter than 10 minutes lah. 10 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes. Any other guesses? Sometimes when someone asks you to know, to give you what's the shortest possible time, people may be a little bit conservative and now need to invite you to be a little bit uncomfortable. Okay, put something. No response all. I'm only talking to myself and 3% here. So sad. 5 minutes, 8 minutes. Okay, let's aim for 8 minutes. In terms of percentage improvement is from 10 minutes to 10 minutes to 8 minutes. So that's 20% improvement. That's a lot. Let's aim for 8 minutes. For those of you have done later, just type done in the chat. Okay, 8 minutes. And your 8 minutes starts from now. 2 more minutes. One more minute. Thirty seconds. 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Okay. Time's up, time's up, time's up. How many of you need more time, slightly more time? If you do, please type me, M-E. If you do, if you need more time, type me, M-E. Let's see. Okay, no one is responding. Very good, very good. I like your response. Oh my goodness, I did it. Okay, so this is something you have gone through. Very interesting. There are a few files you could practice to next week, same timing. So I'm going to go through certain things. If you have certain question to ask, that'll be good for you to go through the previous recording if you miss certain previous sessions. So those sessions, they are recorded in about 2 hours kind of thing. The good thing is about pre-record the recording, you can play a bit faster. The bad thing about recording is you might play too fast. So now we are coming towards the end. So I want to invite you to type in the chat. What's the one thing you like the most about session today? What's the one thing you like the most? Please type in the chat. Thank you, Ashikin. She says, I like your way of teaching the most. ABC, detailed step by step, easy to understand. Nasrin said, detailed explanations on the steps. Xiu Yok mentioned the headers two become one. Alisa mentioned the way explained, love it, step by step. Raja Haja mentioned, yes, I like the way you explain everything. Shahida mentioned, I have never practiced cleaning data that is 2 rows. So today's lesson is very enlightening. Shakiro, thumbs up. Sufan, detailed explanation and slow and steady. Colin mentioned, learn something new about add column function in Power Query. Clear explanation, Excel Sifu. Thank you, thank you. So we are here. Okay, now there's one more thing. Take a group photo before we forget. Yeah, now's the time for you to turn on your camera. Yeah, turn on your camera. Let me switch it to different view. We have about 43% in the room. Yeah, now it's time. Photo. Let's. No camera. If no camera later on, you could use reaction. Reaction, you can choose a reaction of your choice, like thumbs up, or you could choose other like ta-da, the party. Haven't make up. Do you know Zoom? We could use Zoom to make up. Yeah, you can put the lipstick in yellow and the eyebrow in orange. Last time I tested. Eee, not me. Okay, let's wait about 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds. I have, let's see, how many screens do I have? Only one screen. Yeah, that's nice. I see more and more of you. Okay. Very good. So now get yourself ready. For those of you who have camera, look at your camera lens, not your monitor. Look at your camera lens. So it looks very attractive. Okay, now for those of you who don't have camera, you can just continuously use the reaction. So you capture your reaction in the screen as well. Okay, look at your camera lens and smile. Okay, a screenshot later on I will share in the group. Yes, here. One small announcement, a quick update. What are the things is going to happen next? Here. Yeah, for this part, next week, 27, study group number 5 will be continuing from today's, especially the finance topic. Is very tricky because it's combined multiple topics together. So because it has multiple worksheets and it has different data as well. So I will continue to explain and plus a little bit simpler example for next week. Then the next one is 17th of July. This is something I need you all to support me. If your company is having a special role, maybe the HR manager or learning or training department, so you could share these details with them. Invite them to this session, 17th of July, Friday, 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So that is because the seats are limited, the space is limited. So we only can invite certain group of people, not for everyone. So if you have, then later on I will share the flyer. You can share with your colleague or your manager, invite them to come and see. The purpose of this session is to let them to experience different way of seeing data and different way of educating about your colleagues how to use data. So I also have a new card games. So that one is I'm going to do a demonstration hands-on in that session. It's a brand new thing this year. Plus, one more update. One more update is there's a public training, practical data analysis with Power BI. There are organizations asking me to conduct Power BI, and they only have 1 or 2 person. That kind of group is not easy to conduct in-house training. So therefore, there's a public training 18 to 19 August, Monday to Tuesday, 9 to 5 p.m. So if you're outside of Kuala Lumpur, and that's the time you could just come in a little bit earlier and have a short local tour before go for the learning. Yeah, so these are the 2 things upcoming: HR for HR leader and the public training. So yeah, I will share this quick update in the chat as well. So with that, thank you very much for your participation. I wish all of you have a great weekend and also help you to make friends with your data. Hey, I have something from Siu York. There's a side question. A header like this below can change. Yes, it's possible. And yeah, if you want, we could do this one next week. Private message me so that I'm able to prepare certain things we can practice next week. Can I? Okay. Chuyok, message me. Link to join free and online. What do you mean free online? I'm not quite sure. Link to join. Okay. The two training just now, the public training is online. It's not online, it's in person in KL, in Kuala Lumpur. The next one, let me go back to the topic. I went too fast, too excited. This one, number 2 and number 3, they are in-person event. Number 2 is free. It's only exclusive for the HR or L&D leaders. Okay, this is exclusive only for them. Number 3 is public training. If your company is contributing to HRDC, you are able to claim the levy from HRDC. Yeah. So for this training, we also have a special offer. Because there are people they are coming from outside of Kuala Lumpur. So from KL, they may need to book a hotel. We can arrange the hotel for you. Yep. So these two, number 2 and number 3, they're in-person training. Number 2 is only for HR L&D dealer. Number 3 is for everyone. And you need to claim from HRDC lah. If not, you need to settle with your own budget. So number 1 is free next week. I hope this addressed the question. L&D. Okay, L&D means learning and development. Larger organization, they have one person just so focusing on the training and development. Yeah, some people they call it training manager. Some people they call it L&D manager or L&D leaders. Got it? Yes. If your organization have someone taking care of training, you could share the details with them as well. Yeah, it's only half-day event. There's a lot of events are planning. I'm doing a lot of planning, doing a lot, a lot of excitement here. Good. Any other question for this event? Nope. Okay. Enjoy your weekend and see you on next Saturday. And bye-bye.